Namaste, everyone. Again, wonderful to meet each and every one of you. And I've just been enjoying Daya's session on the Saita page. We had a beautiful session by Dr. Meena last evening and Daya this morning. And there'll be another session by Dr. Meena this evening. And then the different members of the Saita team are going to be presenting different practices daily. And I'm really happy that one of my dearest friends, colleagues, and inspiring, human beings, my dear Lee Blaschke from Australia has accepted to give us a special session on the 15th of April. So we are going to have also guest sessions coming in on the Saita page. So watch the space for a lot of news. This morning I thought that we need to work on a very important practice, a practice that helps us connect to ourselves. Maharishi Patanjali in his Yoga Sutras, those of you who know me know that I love Patanjali beyond anything. So Patanjali is like the one human being who really matters, okay? Patanjali in his Yoga Darshan gives us a very beautiful concept, and that concept is of Pranava. He talks about Ishvara. Ishvara is that supreme, universal self. Different people have perceived that in different ways, and that's each person's perspective is valid for them. But Patanjali gives us a very beautiful view of this by saying that Ishvara is a Visesha Purusha, a very special entity. We are all entities. We are all monads, as they say. I don't know what that word means, but I like to use it because it seems like I know more than I know. Monad, M-O-N-A-D, is the word used for the jiva. So each one of us is a monad, and these jivas are there. So these in the yoga and Sankhya system are small purushas, and then there's the big purusha, who is Ishvara. So each of these small entities, think of them as drops. They're just drops. And so you have each of the drops, and then you have that which is all the drops put together in something more. And that is what Purusha is. The Purusha Suktam, which is from our Vedic literature, tells us that Padosya, from one part, this universe is created. But there are the other parts which are lying behind it. That is the pure consciousness of Purusha, who is a Vishesha Purusha, is Ishvara. And that Ishvara, according to Patanjali, is beyond the Klesha and the Karma Vipaka. So there are two aspects, Kleshas and the Karma fructifications. What are the Kleshas? The inborn errors of perspective. So the inborn errors of perspective are the Kleshas, starting with avidya, where we forget who we are. Hence, asmita occurs. We have a sense of false identity. Because of that false identity, asmita, we develop raga and dvesha, the likes and the dislikes that pull us apart, throw us off balance. Because balance lies in the center, not at the extremes. Likes and dislikes are the extremes. We need to be in the middle. Raga dvesha viyuktaistu is how the Bhagavad Gita describes the person who is balanced in the center. So, due to avidya, ignorance, asmita is created, a false sense of identity. Likes and dislikes are developed that pull us apart. And then this is all compounded by abhinivesha, the desire to survive at any cost that lies right back in our brainstem. This brainstem, whose job is to keep us alive, keep the breathing going, keep the blood circulation going, and keeping the digestion going. If these three things are there, Nowadays, we talk about essential and non-essential in everything during the lockdown. These three are the most essential according to nature. You should be able to breathe, your blood should be able to circulate, and you should be able to have something to eat and digest it. If so, you will survive. What about quality of life? Don't ask me, says the brainstem. So Abhinivesha is not worried about whether you have a life or not. All it cares about is that you stay alive. So these kleshas are so ingrained in us that they pull us so far away from who we really are, from our true nature. The Swarupa is totally dissipated and we identify with the Chitta Vritti. Vritti Sarupyam Itaratra, as Patanjali tells us. That's a different topic. So this Purusha is an entity like us, like you, like me, like all of us, including Chandrakant, Akshay, Anand, Manjari, Prabhu, Ranjana, Vivekanand, Surenji, all these people online with me. Well, Purusha is like all of us, right? But then there's something special, Vishesha Purusha, because we are bound by the kleshas. And due to the kleshas, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha and abhinivesha, we start getting entangled in what? Karma cycle. And what is karma? It is the cause-effect. Action-reaction is also a good word, but the moment you say action-reaction, people think, I did it now, nothing happened, so I'm safe. But cause and effect, the cause can have an effect even after many lifetimes. So cause and effect relationship is better. We talk about a causative relationship in medical science when we want to know whether something is causing a disease or not. And the causal relationship, that is what karma is. We are caught in it. Now the moment you attenuate the kleshas, the moment you get rid of the kleshas, the karma will automatically fall down because klesha moola karma shaya. The klesha and the karma, they are bound right down at the root. Ishvara is beyond the klesha, beyond the karma. And that Ishvara is the timeless teacher. Purveshamapi guruhu kalenanavacchedat. Such a beautiful sentence Patanjali tells. I get goosebumps even as I think about it. Now that Purusha, Patanjali tells us the vibration of the Purusha is the Pranava. So when you are performing the Pranava, what you are doing is that you are sending up a signal from the individual to the cosmos saying, I wish to vibrate at the causal frequency of the universe itself. You want to retrace your roots back to the source. From the sthula, where we are, the gross level of existence, we want to move through the sukshma, the subtle layers of existence, and we want to reach the karana sharira, the causal layer of existence. So when we do the pranava and the pranava pranayama, which is such an important practice in the Gitananda tradition, as codified by my father Swami Gitananda Giri, this practice is taken as a pranayama. So join me for a few rounds, 3 rounds of the akara, 3 rounds of the ukara, and 3 rounds of the makara as we go on to do the pranava, then bringing it all together in the omkara as a, u, ma. So a, the akara, the gross, u, the ukara, the subtle, the makara, the causal. Let's bring them all together. Normally in our tradition, we prefer to sit in the Vajrasana for pranayama because it enables the spine to be well aligned and erect, and it also enables the breathing practice to be much more expansive because the diaphragm gets a very good chance to have healthy excursions down and up. Okay, so the first part, performing chin mudra, bringing the 2 fingers, the index and the thumb together, and the other 3 fingers held together. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk about the symbology of this. And placing the chin mudra down on the thigh. The mudra is placed downwards because you want the palm with its sensitive nerve endings to connect to the upper part of the thigh. Energy is coming out of the brachial plexus and energies of the sacral plexus, lumbosacral plexus. You want them to be connected. And so you are putting them together. You are creating a closed circuit of energy between the upper and lower parts of your own spine. Okay. Now placing the chin mudra down on the thighs. Close your eyes. Contemplate the lower part of your lungs, the lower chest region. Breathe out. Breathe in. Again, breathing into the lower part of the lungs. And once more, breathing into the lower part of the lungs. Enjoy the beautiful feeling of vibration being evoked by the sound into the lower part of the lungs, the lower part of the chest, helping unblock the energies into the lower part of the body and the gross level of our existence. Adam Pranayama at the base is the foundation on which the practice starts. To do the second component, the chin mudra is now converted into chin maya by binding the fingers. Maya means to bind. Okay? So you're binding the fingers. The chin mudra was there. Now it is chin maya. Okay? You have bound the fingers in. Placing the chin maya mudra down on the thighs again. Now we are going to perform madhyam pranayama, the middle chest breathing, focusing on the mid part of the lungs. Okay? So breathe out. Breathe in. Again, breathing in. Once more, breathing in to the mid part. Contemplate the beautiful vibrations you have set up into the mid part of the chest, the mid-lung region, by performing the Madhyam Pranayama and the Ukara Nada, enabling the unblocking of the energy channels that are working in this region, the middle part of the body, supplying all the vital organs in the chest, enabling health to manifest in the thoracic cavity as completely as possible. Also connecting us to the subtle aspects of our existence, the sukshma component of our own self. To perform the third part, we will be performing the Adi Mudra, and the thumb is placed in the center of the palms. The other four fingers are wrapped around it, and again the mudra, the Adi Mudra, is placed on the inner upper aspects of the thighs. We are going to focus on the upper chest and perform Adhyam Pranayama, where we shall be making the sound M, the Makara Nada. Closing your eyes, breathing out, focusing on the upper part of the chest, breathing in, again breathing in, once more into the upper part of the chest. Contemplate a few moments the beautiful vibrations you have set up into the upper part of the lungs, performing the Adhyam Pranayama and the Makara Nada, enabling a healthy flow of the energies into the head and neck region, that region that houses the brain, the special senses, the cranial nerves, and the control center of the whole psychoneuroimmuno axis. Psychoneuroimmunology and psychoneuroendocrinology all starts up in this region. The hypothalamus, the key center for so many of these functions. At the same time, attuning ourselves to the causal level of existence, the Karana Sharira also. We shall now bring all of these together. The first, second and third part, the Adam, Madhyam and Adhyam. The Akara, the Ukara and the Makara, we shall bring them all together. When we bring them all together, we are bringing together the three parts of the lungs, low, mid and high. We are bringing together the old part of the brain, the spinal cord and the brainstem, which is known as the reptilian complex, the inner limbic region, the mammalian complex, and the cortical region, the human complex, and especially the prefrontal cortex, which is the humane complex. Bringing the two Adi Mudras together, bring them at the navel with the knuckles touching. It's important not to do it this way or this way and all that. People do all sort of stuff with this. So bringing the knuckles together, and now this becomes a mudra known as Brahma Mudra. Okay? So Brahma Mudra, which is also called Mahat Yoga Mudra, because you are bringing these three components. You are bringing them all together, the grand unified breath. Mahat Yoga Pranayama is happening because of this Mahat Yoga Mudra. Okay? Fine. Now breathing out. Breathing in low, mid and high. And breathing out. Breathing in, low, mid, high. Breathing in, low, mid, high. Relax your hands to the thighs, into the lap. Contemplate the beautiful, harmonious vibrations you have evoked in yourself from within through the use of the three-part breath, the low, mid, and high, the Adam, Madhyam, and Adhyam pranayamas, and bringing them all together in the Mahat Yoga pranayama, making the sounds of Akara, A, Ukara, U, Makara, and then the Om Kara, Aum, bringing together the three parts of the lungs, harmonizing the three parts of the body, the lower, the middle, and the upper parts, harmonizing the gross, subtle, and causal levels of our existence, integrating and harmonizing the reptilian, mammalian, and human, and even humane parts of our nervous system. Such a beautiful sense of integration brought about by the practice of the Pranava Pranayama, enabling us to experience the meaning of the Pranava, that which is the vibration of Ishvara, Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha, as Maharishi Patanjali tells us. Enabling this pranayama to prepare the mind for a dharana, contemplation. Dharana Sucha Yogyata Manasaha, Patanjali says, the mind becomes fit for concentration through pranayama. And letting that concentration on the pranava become a very beautiful meditative experience. Becoming one with the sound, becoming one with the vibration, having a sense of oneness, wholesomeness, integrated balance and harmony. Gently start to rub your palms together, generating a nice warmth. Placing the warm palms over the eyes, the forehead, and the head. Awakening from a very beautiful sense of harmony within. We will conclude this part of the morning session, and in a few moments I'll come back again and we'll join together for the synchronized global prayer. It's nice to see so many of my dear friends online with me. So let us just conclude with 3 rounds of the Shanti, and we'll be back very, very soon. So don't go away. There's no commercial break, okay? It's a non-commercial program. Om Shanti 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 Om. Be back in a few moments.